What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be getting into the Ohio Valley Conference predictions. So let's get into this. Just got done with the West Coast Conference predictions. If you want to check that one out after this, you could do so if you would like. But anyway, guys, the Ohio Valley is interesting because you got a Murray State team who's ranked. Then you got a very solid Belmont team. This feels a lot like when John Morant was on the team. Belmont was a very solid program, but they got this Murray State team in front of them they had to go through. So it's interesting. This is actually a more valuable conference than you think, as Belmont is in the bubble. But past maybe Morehead State, everyone below them has a below 500 record in conference play and in general. So it's different than you might think here. But anyway, let's get into this prediction. This is going to start out with Tennessee State against SEU. So if you look at Tennessee State, 8-10 in conference play, 13-17 in general. And then they're going to play an SIU team who barely made this tournament, as the two other teams below them didn't make it, but 11-20 in conference. In general, and 5-13 in conference play. So if I look at this, really, I'm just going to go with Tennessee State. Don't know a lot about these teams, so I'm going to go with Tennessee State to move on there. With these tournaments, you just don't know a lot about these teams, so you just got to kind of figure out what you can go with here based off of what your knowledge is. But I think this game could be close. These two teams are similar in records, but overall, the percentage of in-conference play is much better for Tennessee State. So that's why I think they're going to win. And then a much closer matchup, we got Austin Peay against Tennessee Tech. And I feel like this game can go either way. You got a 12-16 team and a 10-20 team. 8-10 in conference play for Austin Peay, 7-10 for Tennessee and Tech. So it's interesting. But I do think Austin Peay is going to win. They're on a 2-game winning streak. They're hot. I think that this game could go either way, though. Just like the last matchup, I think we'll have an exciting first couple games. But Austin Peay, I think, can advance on to play Morehead State. And then moving on to the Thursday games. We got Southern or SE Missouri State against Tennessee State right here. And if you look at Tennessee State here, against this team, they're very similar. They're 13-17, 13-17. So it's just the same amount of teams. They've both lost one game in a row. So you just don't really have a lot to go off of in this game. I feel like Tennessee State, a lot of people might say they play, but I think that SIE UE will give them a fight, and I feel like that might leave them a little bit winded. I feel like that takes away from the advantage, so I'm just going to go with SE Missouri State, but that game could go either way to advance on. All these teams fighting for everything they can get, even though they're going to have to play Murray State in the next round. But you never know what can happen. All these teams want to make the conference tournament, but I'm going to go with Missouri State. And then down here, we got Morehead State against Austin Peay. And this game just does not feel like an upset opportunity at all. Morehead State's a pretty good team and should be able to advance on. They're 13-5. And Austin Peay's not a bad team, but they're coming off a game where I think they're going to be a little bit winded. And I like Morehead State to be able to advance there to the next round. So no upsets so far. And let's see if it changes in the second round here on Friday. And we got Murray State against SE Missouri State. If you look at this game, and if you look at this is pretty much an easy win for Murray State in this game. It would be much more difficult if they had to go up against a Morehead State And Missouri State's going to be, I feel like they're going to be very winded from a tough matchup against Tennessee State. So Murray State, I think, just crushes this Missouri State team and advances on. And then Belmont against Morehead State, a much more interesting matchup. I could see Morehead State winning this game. And Morehead State, if you did not know, they made the tournament last year as a 14 seed. So this is a team that has some experience from last year, and they're coming off a game where I think they're going to crush Austin Peay. I really do like Belmont. Don't get me wrong. I really do like this team. But Morehead State coming into this game just feels like a perfect upset opportunity here. Two very solid programs. It pains me to do it, but I feel like Morehead State can win this game to advance on to Murray State. So, moving on over here, that Belmont game, Morehead State, I think could go either way, but Murray State, Morehead State, this isn't even a contest. I feel like Murray State dodged a bullet having not to play Belmont. If Belmont won that game, this could go either way. But this is pretty easy for me to pick. Murray State is the champion. They're ranked for a reason. They're 18-0 in conference play, 28-2 in general. This is a team that could do some damage in the tournament. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this Ohio Valley Conference Tournament Predictions. Hope you all enjoyed the content. If you would like, check out my West Coast Conference Tournament Predictions that is just uploaded. So anyway, guys, peace out.